Michael here. I'm joined by Dan. Say hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
We're going to start with a bit of Who news.
Who news? Wow.
Love the theme tune. I was going to
Wicked.
say, Dan, can you introduce the theme tune? But I thought, is that putting him on the spot? But you just did it anyway. That's why I love you.
I love you.
So I picked out a couple of things in this week in the world of Doctor Who, which I thought were worth talking about. And the first one is Bad Wolf, not the series one arc. The production company behind Doctor Who has got a new deal with the Welsh government, which is worth £4 million. As part of that deal, they're committed to a Welsh spend of 60 million minimum over a 4-year period. But I just thought that was very interesting and worth discussing, because obviously they're bringing a lot of business to Cardiff. And also part of the deal is the inclusion of 42 trainee program posts. So by the off chance, if there's anybody listening to this, keep checking out the Bad Wolf website, because if you're interested in getting to the industry, they're going to have 42 trainee programs as part of this new budget, which is great. Like, I wish I did that when I was a bit younger. Like, what an opportunity to get involved in like production and potentially work on Doctor Who. That's crazy.
It might not be too late for you, Mike.
I picked my path. I can't change again. I've got a life to lead. But for people younger than me, great. Great. Would you do it?
Would I do? Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Well, keep an eye on the Bad Wolf website.
Bad Wolf website. That's amazing, though, because I was under the impression maybe it was just for the 60th run that they moved all the production to Bristol. So is it now actually going to go full-time back to Cardiff?
They did a lot of filming in Bristol. I actually lived in Bristol when David Tennant when they were filming that those specials. Yeah, it was amazing. I remember I was working from home one day and I was like, I really should get myself down to the city centre just to see the filming, but I just couldn't be bothered. I wish I did. A true Doctor Who podcast host would have. But I was like, yeah, I was like, whatever. But yeah, they blocked off. But yeah, I think they just scope around the UK and find like amazing areas to film and then film in them. But yeah, it's actually still all the producing is all done in Bad Wolf Studios in Cardiff. Yeah,
amazing. Well, that's really reassuring that they are thinking now long-term commitment-wise. So it looks like there's going to be a proper push now to really bring Doctor Who into the 2020s.
Yeah, it's going to be great, and I think it's great for like Cardiff and like the Welsh economy. The fact that all of this stuff, this high-end TV drama, is done in South Wales is mad. Like, I went down there I went to South Wales recently to visit, and just to like check out the area, because I'd never seen it. Like, and I went to Cardiff Bay, where where Torchwood is set. It blew my mind.
It's so surreal, isn't it?
It's so surreal. It's so surreal. It's just like, in the like, I'm not sure what it's called, like the like structure that the Torchwood hub is apparently underneath. Never seen it in real life before, and I go there and it's real life and it's a busy day and it's a bit gloomy, whatever. But I just remember like how they make it look on screen is amazing. And yeah, wow.
Was there still a mark on the floor? For like, someone put a mark on the floor when I went with like Captain Jack was here or something like that, and there's like an actual little circle bit that they kind of etched into the ground.
Did they? Maybe I didn't actually go like super close to it, but probably.
Yeah, it's so.
There's probably like memorials to Yanto, surely. Yanto.
And who was well? Is that where Jack got shot first?
I think it was. He got shot through the head, didn't he?
Yeah. Which as a side note, when you watch that now, that has aged incredibly well CGI wise.
Has it? I've not seen it.
If you watch the clip, it was on YouTube Shorts the other day. Sponsor.
You can't do that. We're going to get copyright again. They're going to write to us and say, we don't actually sponsor this shit podcast. Give us all your money.
They need to invest in up-and-coming talent, and that's exactly what they'll be missing out on if they don't take us on board. Please like and subscribe. But yeah, you watch it back now, and like a lot of it was really ahead of its time, because that was what, 2005, 2006? Those couple of seasons.
2005 was when Doctor Who's reached. I reckon they released series 2 of 2006, 2007. I think it's 2006.
2006. But yeah,
if it's not 2006, is definitely 2007. That's when surely the first season of Torchwood came out. because it was
But yeah,
after, because it was before you saw Captain Jack again. I swear it was in Doctor Who, and it was after his first appearance in Doctor Who in the Christopher Eccleston years. This
yeah, you're
has to
right.
be within that time period.
Yeah. But yeah, highly recommend if you see the clip, and same for listeners as well. If you get a chance to watch it back. And despite the fact it's coming up for 18 years old, 18 years old.
I like to think about time my way down.
You don't like to think about time that way. You present the Doctor
18
Who podcast.
And I'm stuck in a time vortex. 18 years ago, I would have probably applied for one of these 42 trainee posts at Bad Wolf Production Company. I don't know what I'm hoping for. Like someone from Bad Wolf is watching this and like takes pity on me and is like, I'm just going to give you one.
I mean, if there are any jobs going Bad Wolf, please do get in touch, because you've got 3 massive fans here that will do anything for the Who. And I include Jerome in that, despite the fact he's not here, but he will do absolutely. You should see some of his career.
Oh, he will do anything.
He will lick lampposts if it means getting a walk-on part. I'm just saying.
Walk on as well, yeah. Not even any lines, so you have to pay him that much. Second bit of news that I thought was worthy talking about is Matt Smith had an interview with the BBC. I'm not sure why, probably to promote something, but he said that he would never say never when it comes to returning to Doctor Who, which challenges something he said recently about the 60th, which is that he thinks that ship has sailed, which was interesting. So I don't know what's going on there. And I wonder if, with all that, we were talking about this before, weren't we? With all the new spin-offs that are probably going to come on, is Matt Smith still looks pretty much identical to how he looked when he played the Doctor. Surely they're getting him now to come back as the Doctor in one of these spin-offs. Surely.
They have to. I think if there's any Doctor that deserves more screen time or some spin-off of any kind, it would be Matt Smith, logically. Because as you said, he's barely aged at all. If anything, I think he's grown into one of the best actors to come out of the UK in the last 10 years or so. Like, he's so diverse now, and you see like his roles in The Crown, to name but a few.
Best thing in Morbius.
Morbius
is the best thing in Morbius.
By a country, better than Morbius itself. It says a lot. Yeah, I think it'd be such a cool idea. I wonder if he only said that about the 60th because he was maybe resentful that he wasn't maybe considered. Maybe they just went for 10 as the kind of obvious choice because of how big and well respected he was. So I get the feeling that, like you said, there's no smoke without fire.
I think he probably wasn't in the 60th because they're saving past Doctors for spin-offs. I think that's probably, they knew that all these spin-offs would come in. I think that's probably what they're doing, because I was surprised by the lack of like cameos in the anniversary special. I think part of that because they're doing them in spin-offs.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Because of the
universe. Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting to talk about. And now we will return to the second round of our regular edition, Catching Dan Up.
Is it real? Is it fake? Is this scene real or fake? Asking Dan. Is it real? It's asking Dan. Or is it fake?
Dan, that was an amazing bit of improv. Amazing bit of improv. It was also in tune, which is mad. That was bang on tune. So for new listeners, this is the quiz where Jerome and I, who is not here today, have come up with 3 fake Doctor Who plot points and sneaked in a true Doctor Who plot point. And Dan will have to guess which is the true plot point. And it's interesting because Dan famously in this podcast kind of stopped around the first series of Matt Smith. So there's quite a lot of content for Jerome and I to make up. And it's surprising how much real Doctor Who plot points sound made up. So
I should say, just as the last one, I incorrectly assumed that the fake scene was the one where Clara set off into space in an American diner-shaped spaceship.
Yeah, so that was true.
How that must have been a tight deadline to come up with an ending that crap. I know it's a Doctor Who podcast, but it's free reign. I'm going to say that sounds like a really crap ending.
Right.
Okay,
Let's
ready.
get into it. So the second round of catching Dan up. Right. Dan, here are your
Yes.
options.
Okay.
Following Chico Slimani's success in the 2005 series of The X Factor, he was very nearly cast as Eccleston's replacement for Series 2 of New Who. Instead of Alon Z, this could be 10th Doctor's catchphrase would have been, "It's Doctor Time," a clever pun on the actor's hit single "It's Chico Time," and also being related to time travel. Right. Fact number 2. James Corden defeats the Cybermen with the power of love. Fact number 3. Due to budget constraints in the second series of Capaldi's tenure, advertisers were brought in order to keep the show competitive. As such, it's revealed that Rachnicoricophalopatorius and Clom have a triplet planet called Wagamamas. And in Series 4, penultimate episode, The Stolen Earth, the original plan was for the companions to get the wrong number when calling the Doctor over the subframe network. The Doctor they've reached will have been Chico Slimani's parallel universe version of the 10th Doctor, who, without missing a beat, would have picked up the call with his infamous catchphrase, "It's Doctor Time." Right. Dan, which one of those happened?
I'm sorry, but like, what the hell have I missed?
Was that a
I
bit
feel
of
like
a
I've missed the
whirlwind?
golden age of this program.
I have to do it fast because I want to fit them all into a YouTube short. So
Okay.
if that was a bit of a whirlwind, do you want to do a recap?
Let's see again. So option 1 is that Chico would have replaced Christopher Eccleston, and he would have come up with the catchphrase, "It's Doctor Time."
Which is obviously a clever pun on "It's Chico Time," which is the song that he brought to the X Factor. Remember Chico? Does anyone out there remember Chico?
Oh, how can you forget him? He was iconic.
I think, honestly, this is mad. I think about Chico at least once a month, which is mad.
Is he kind of your, what's it, like Roman Empire?
He's my Roman Empire, yeah.
Yeah. Mine's like the potential of meeting Chris Martin one day.
Potential,
yeah. It's not happening. I've met 2 members of Coldplay so far in my life, but
you'll
he's
get
like,
there. Well, if
he's
this
like
podcast takes off, we'll get him on.
I mean, wouldn't that be mate? What if Chris Martin was a Whovian and we never knew?
He was actually on Graham Norton with Jodie Whittaker once, and was aware that she was Doctor Who, so maybe.
Right. So okay. So option number 1, Chico's a doctor. Option number 2, advertising was brought in.
Yeah.
Capaldi's second season.
Yeah.
Is that also so? The Wagamama one is the third option.
Wagamama's the first. So the second option is James Corden defeats the Cybermen with the power of love.
That was it.
And the fourth option was in Series 4, penultimate episode, The Stolen Earth. The original plan was for the companions to get the wrong number when calling the Doctor over the subframe network. The Doctor they'd reached would have been Chico Slimani's parallel universe version of the 10th Doctor, who, without missing a beat, would have picked up the call with his infamous catchphrase, "It's Doctor Time."
Right. So immediately...
Right. Before you immediately rule out Chico, which I know you're going to do,
yeah,
just remember how popular he was in 2006, 2007.
But he was barely a singer, let alone an actor. Christopher Eccleston was he performed at the Globe. Like, how are you? What? How far down the how many actors did they bypass to go? No. Yeah, Chico.
They were scared, Dan. They were scared. No one expected Eccleston to leave. They wanted it to be popular.
I know, Chico. I'd rather Chico than Wagner. Do you remember Wagner?
Well, yeah.
Wagner! Just throwing out impressions now. Bad Wolf, if you're watching, I'm available. I don't think it's option 1. I don't think it's the Wagamama one, because I feel like I would have heard about that. I don't think it's... The fourth one has some credibility, because I think it would just be funny, and it would be the sort of humour that Doctor Who would definitely do. And then the second option was James Corden defeats the a Cyberman with love.
He defeats the Cyberman with the power of love. Yeah.
And I know he came back again, didn't he? Right. I'm going to go with option number 2.
Well, you're going to be very surprised to hear.
Oh, no.
The correct answer to this week's quiz is James Corden defeats the Cyberman with the power of love. Because, of course,
Come on.
Because it can't be Chico. That's insane. It obviously they didn't call it a whole planet Wagamamas. That is completely insane. Jerome was nervous about this. He said this is too easy, but I said it's all about being funny. So but well done, Dan. Well done. That's a long way of saying it was obvious, but well done.
It was, and I think there should also be a round of applause for your creative writing because that was extraordinary. So kudos.
So points all round, yeah.
Points all round, yeah. Does that negate the points that I? No, actually, how are we scoring this?
Well, now he's changed his tune, hasn't he? No. It's now 1-1 because we got 1 and you got 1. Like we said the other week, odds are invariably in our favour, but who cares?
Who cares? I'm trying to find a link.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you.